Alright, welcome back. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Welcome Frostbite, Steven Anderson, and Mr. Stable himself, Distro Tube. Good evening. Let me do a quick check here. Sound check, check. Looks like the mic is good. Background music again from the YouTube audio library. Except for one song we'll play here from our good friend Stephanie, a new tune called Not Today.
I've seen that look before. I don't wanna see that look no more. Oh no.
All right. What's up, Spin? I am on tonight because the weekly concert downtown was canceled because of storming. DT Pulse Audio for the win. Yes. You know what, DT? That sounds like one of those bands, like underground bands. Give it up for Pulse Audio. Anyway. Yes. The classic Pulse Audio, right? Alright, let's see. Looking good on my end. No way. No Linux standard today. No way. Anyway. I am playing this DT's favorite music player, Dead Beef. I prefer Live Cow. DT, I'm very sorry. No, I'm playing this. I'll just show you. Hang on here. Voila. Behind the scenes with Toss. I'm playing this on Audacious, a very lightweight music player. Kind of like Dead Beef, I guess. Yeah, lightweight, easy to use, simple. Audacious, and I love the name. I am so audacious to say I'm playing Audacious. Beef not included, sorry. Anyway, alright, so this is a 30-minute tech chat or so, just one of those Wassup evenings. Again, the concert downtown was canceled, so here I is. Robert Fitzpatrick, the great poet, says, "Eeny, meeny, chili beanie." Toss this live on the YouTube screeny. But a bump up. Yeah. Audacious does take the old Winamp themes if you have them. I don't have them, but it doesn't really matter. Steven says, figured out the problem with game mode on/off on Windows. It was the AMD graphics driver. Graphics drivers? Problems in Linux? That's ridiculous. So you have problems in Windows too, huh? Interesting. I have never had graphics driver problems in Windows. I mean, not that I can recall, really. Since Windows 7, I do not recall graphics driver issues. It's always in Linux, a potential problem. But I'm surprised we had it in Windows. Anyway, that may end one day. Tomorrow night, check your emails. We're going to have an informative chat on what I believe to be a possible Linux standard for the future. That is Clear Linux. Backed by Intel, a standard. Speculation, of course, but it's clear that in 2019 we are not going to have a Linux desktop for the masses. Windows 7 continues to be popular. Windows 10 does not. And Windows users are stuck either with upgrading to Windows 10, Apple, or Chromebooks. Not necessarily bad choices, but not a true Linux desktop for the masses. So, but Clear Linux has a shot. If they can pull it off, assuming that you have an Intel-powered machine, you have a shot. Clear Linux, a great name. Clear Linux, clearly the best. Could be a theme. Anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow night, so check your emails, and yeah, we'll have a nice little private chat about that. Frostbite is having problems with autocorrect. Foobar. I remember Foobar, yeah. This is the song list. And anyway, check it out. Well, let's see. Scientific Linux is shutting down also. Uh-oh. I will not sleep. I know DT will definitely not sleep well tonight. DT, they are shutting down Scientific Linux. Man, go have yourself a six-pack and chill for tonight. Oh well. Do. Another one bites the... Advanced Linux backdoor found in wild escaped AV detection. Interesting. Any Russians out there? Russian military moves closer to replacing Windows with Astra Linux, comrade. Why not? Do. No sign of a GMAC Linux clone or upgrade. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's I was talking to our friend Stephanie last week during the call we had, and she continues to have problems with Windows updates on the Dell. What does she have? A Dell XP, SSP, something, SPS 15. Updates keep, unstabling her system, especially the graphics driver. So Windows 10, at least for some people, continues to be a problem. And we don't have a Linux solution. Except for Chromebooks, fair enough. But that's web-based, portable stuff. We don't have a Linux desktop solution in 2019 for Windows users, and that for users like almost 1 billion Windows users, that sucks. The Linux community should be ashamed not to have a Linux desktop for the masses. Oh well. I'm plugging along, man. I'm plugging along, trying to convince Windows users to at least try Linux. Scientific announced that a couple of weeks ago. Yes. DT, I did see the article. Briefly on... I'll just call it BS.com. Should Linux Mint go to? One of the most ridiculous things I've ever read. Putting the jokes aside, yes, let's get rid of a Linux distro that has helped Windows users transition to Linux. Let's just hope it croaks, because that is ridiculous. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, no wonder Windows users are going, forget about Linux, it sucks. Really? Linux Mint should go away, should just croak? I'm just ranting. Yeah, it's in my opinion, I don't know how you feel about it, DT, but to suggest a Linux community should go, one of the best for beginners, is completely, well, this is a family chat, so I can't say what I really think. You'll have to tune in tomorrow night if you get an email from me. But that's how I feel about it, DT. It's really stupid. Yeah, clickbait, I know. Just to even suggest it is dumb. So this is a 30-minute chat. If we have any new people out there who want to say hello, if this is your first time, please do say hello. That's what I'm here for. I'm hoping this was or still continues to be your premier Linux newbie channel for Windows users. That's what I do, more or less. So join us. Say hello. Don't be shy. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh, OpenSUSE Leap is the latest Linux distro to revive on Windows 10. Interesting. Anyway, DT, have you taken a look at Clear Linux yet? It's not really for newbies. It's not there yet. It's getting better, but it's an interesting Linux-based operating system. Frostbite kinda likes Windows 10 1903. Feels smooth, okay. DT, you have not taken a look at Clear Linux. Ah, Mr. Trump! Mr. Trump is welcome in Russia. What is the matter with you? Hello, Donald Trump. Presidente, how are you? File any bankruptcies lately? But a bump bump. Clear Linux by Intel, yes. No one is really joining us such for me. Yeah, Gnostic, welcome. I know. It's short notice. Again, I was planning to go to a concert tonight, so it's yeah, it was canceled because of the rain. I know short notices kind of suck, but you know, I don't do this full time. I wish I could, but I'll do the best that I can. That one day is going to be a movie, Mr. Trump. No collusion, no obstruction. That is going to be a movie one day. You mark my words. Intel and Linux have usually worked well together. I guess it makes perfect sense. Look, we've talked about who will back a national Linux standard, who has the resources. Why not Intel? Imagine that. As long as it works, hey, we can get a desktop for about $400. I'm cool with that. Say bye-bye Windows. Good day, Sleepy Vince. How are you? Sleepy, check your email tomorrow. I'll send you a link for the private little chats for the supporters. And we'll talk a little bit about Clear Linux, maybe toss in an adult joke or two. And hey, we can invite Donald Trump. He's in the chat tonight. Why not? Why not? Hello, Analog Sleepy. I am completely exonerated from housework. I don't know, man. I think there was some collusion going on there. You saw the email? Very good. Yeah, for those of you who would like to join us on the private chats, you know, if you would like to support the channel through PayPal or Patreon, you are invited. I'll invite as many as I can, just by way of saying thank you. We could talk about some extra stuff on there that's not normally for, you know, family-oriented, sort of speak. We got into it a little bit last week. But they're a lot of fun, so welcome. No matter what you use, or who you like, or who you support, you are welcome. Intel, NVIDIA, and Linux winner. Okay. It's still early in the stages, Steve. I took a look at Clear Linux some years ago, I believe, and it wasn't ready back then. Well, first of all, there was no GUI installer, but now there is a GUI installer, and it wasn't that hard to install. It's not ready for prime time, but I have to tell you, Clear Linux flies. I mean, it bleeping zips. Seriously, DT, check it out. I mean, it's the fastest GNOME desktop. It's one of the fastest Linux desktops I have ever tested. It flies. And that's in a virtual box. I was really, really impressed. Really impressed. And not too much impresses me these days. I know, Gnostic, I know. Maybe we'll talk about that one night, you know, one day. But yeah, I was just looking into some of the technical stuff and the installer on Clear Linux and my personal opinion. Again, we'll talk about this tomorrow night, and that's it. No other stuff about glitches or security issues and all that, or telemetry. That's for a different day. But like myself, like many Windows users, are looking for a desktop Linux standard, and we just don't have it. And it completely SUKS, CS, SUCSK, CKS, or just SUKS anyway. No, you can test Clear Linux on an AMD. I'm not sure how it will run. It's optimized for Intel, but I believe it'll run on other types of hardware. DT, if I am not mistaken. Check the website, but I was impressed. I mean, really, it's the most exciting Linux distro, potentially exciting, I have tested in years. I mean, yeah. It's fast. I was surprised. And no, this is not a sponsored video by Clear Linux. Just to let you know. Well, thank you, Analog. Thank you for the super chat. Just for that, I will stay 5 minutes past my 9 p.m. 30-minute tech chat deadline. Thank you. It's people like you, Analog, and the PayPal and the Patreon that keep this channel alive. As you guys know, this channel got affected years ago by the so-called YouTube apocalypse. And yeah, it wasn't as bad. So thank you. I appreciate it. Where was I? Yeah. So check this out. It's as the months and years go by, it's getting harder for me as a more experienced Linux user to think more like a Windows or Linux newbie from a Windows point of view. But that's why I'm still doing this, because we have hundreds of millions of Windows users out there who just think that Linux sucks and it's unfair. So I do what well, thank you. Wow. Well, Analog, you can tell your wife Mary, thank you kindly. You guys are the best. Just for that, if you would like to join tomorrow night's private chat, Analog, send me an email, totalostoday1@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link. If you want to. Thank you. So yeah, check out Clear Linux. A very interesting, unique project. This is I'm assuming it's built from scratch. It is their own system, their own package management. It looks great. It has GNOME by default, but I believe you can install the XFCE desktop environment if you want to. I have not tested XFCE. I may just do that. It's Total OS Today 1. Frostbite, yeah. But yeah, check it out. Analog is a better listener than talker. Very well, Analog. Yeah, I will edit the live with the private chat tomorrow night anyway. I will edit out the adult joke stuff, Make it family friendly, but thank you. You're welcome anytime, Analog. If you feel you need to join us on the private chat, you just ask, and yeah. It's number 151 Distro Watch. Okay, if it says Clear Linux, that's the one. That's interesting. It's ranking that high for a relatively obscure name. Anyway, I love the name Clear Linux. It's wonderful. So we'll see. This may turn out to be something more than what it is, or it may turn out to be a dud. If you haven't already, check out fellow YouTuber Infinitely Galactic, or IG. He did a more extensive review, kind of, on Clear Linux. He believes that Clear Linux may replace Ubuntu as the most popular Linux distro. Not yet. He says give it about a year or more, maybe. I kind of agree with that part, but yeah. Well, Clear Linux is the foundation, the company, and it's Clear OS. Oh, it's kind of confusing, but it should be the same company, the same entity. It's Clear OS. If we go to they're calling it Clear Linux OS. But if you see here to the left, this is what I downloaded. There are different versions if you are interested. The website is not for newbies. Clearly, haha, it's not for newbies. But yeah, check it out. It's free. Keep in mind it's still in development, but like I said, it just zips. I mean, for a heavy GNOME desktop, to say the word zips, no, I am not drunk. Thank you. Anyway, check it out. If Intel starts building clearly with their process, that would be interesting. I don't know, Sleepy. I don't know. They have the resources to pull this off. I would love to walk into a store and buy a clear Linux desktop for about $400. Maybe not with GNOME off the bat, or maybe have a choice of GNOME or XFCE. So we'll see. Taking advantage of another distro's name. Which one is that, Gnostic? Yeah, Intel Driver Plus partners should be a winner. Microsoft should worry. Possibly. I don't know. Excuse me. Let's see how the stream's going here. Oh, very, very good. Again, if you're just joining in, stop by and say hello. This is Total OS Today, Total Technology for Beginners and beyond. This was and still is, I hope, a premier Linux newbie channel for Windows users. Stop by and say hello. Yes, Microsoft would not be worse if their business has clearly moved away from, yeah, I know, from desktop Windows. Yes, 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 I know. What's up, Steve? What's up, man? Welcome, Steve. Anyway, so check it out. You can install Flatpaks, which I did not test. They have a nice, colorful website, I will say that. I did not see anything for screen recorders for Clear Linux. There was something called Peak. I could not get that to install. But no, this has potential. We'll talk about this tomorrow night, but this definitely has potential. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, I'm somewhat excited. So we'll see. We'll see if a year from now this turns out to be one of the best. Yeah, clearos.com. Thank you, Gnostic. Just looking at the Flatpaks. If there is somebody new watching this, do not try to install Clear Linux. It's not for beginners. The installer, even though it has a graphical user interface, it's somewhat confusing. Well, I won't say confusing, but yeah, stick with what I'm using: Ubuntu Mate, Ubuntu Linux Mint, Peppermint OS. Those are your best choices for Linux beginners. Something like this, unless you have a spare machine that you'd like to play with, then that's fine. But yeah, I would not install this on everyday production. Yes, Spin Viking. It could be the new Linux standard. So yes. Yes, Intel powered, Steve. That is correct. They have about 4,000 packages, I believe, which normally would be enough, but they don't have any screen recorders, which was, I believe Kden Live is here, which is great. Not mistaken. Yeah, either as a bundle or as a flat pack. Yes, tell gamers to fork Windows. Spin, yes, I did install it in a virtual machine. It took a little bit of tweaking, but I got it to run, and it zipped. I mean, it flew in a VM. And I don't have the top-of-the-line machine, as you guys know. I'm still doing YouTube on a budget. I was impressed. It flew. So this has potential. They use a package command, sudo sw upd. What's up, man? Swazupd. But anyway, swpd is the command, say, to add Kden Live. Interesting. And for help, the command right there. So it's not that difficult to learn, but yeah. Almost don't trust it. Yeah, that's I didn't really talk about that. There is a way to disable telemetry during the installer, Steve. Now, if it disables all telemetry, I'm all for that. Yes, gaming is definitely big on Windows. It's still king. I believe the classic Halo game Halo Reach is now on PC. Yeah, that's one of the things Microsoft has done well is Halo for the most part. Rent the Freudian sleep. Oh, Frostbite, you're gaming on Elementary. Oh, interesting. How's it working out? Yeah, telemetry potential backdoors. Yeah. Well, like I said, on the install process, if you look at my video for today that I uploaded, you can disable telemetry during the install process. Now, how well does that work? I really don't know. Again, I wasn't really talking so much about telemetry and security or privacy as much as just take a look at the installer and my thoughts. I liked what I saw, and I'll just leave it at that. So check out Clear Linux. Use wine. I see. Very good. Wireshark, yeah. I mean, Steve, it hasn't been finalized, so it would be kind of pointless to do extensive testing on it until it's finalized, as it were, so. Gnostic does not trust Intel. Understandable. Interesting they have constant vulnerability scanning. Security, there you go, Gnostic. Come on, it says security on their website. Come on. A unified trust store, industry standard security features. There you go. Its Linux will ever be finalized. No, because this is a rolling release, Steve, but semi-finalized is the best way to describe it. A stateless system. Interesting. Strict separation between user and system files, which would mean much greater stability, I think. Again, this is a very interesting system. Efficient updates. And the rest of this gobbledygook, as it were, so check it out. Facetious, yes, I know. But that's not too far from the truth, Steve, when you think about it. Not too far from the truth. I mean, DT runs Manjaro. Is it ever finalized? I don't know. Yes, actually I did. Yes, you are correct. As of today, or from what I heard, yes. Intel has graphics cards coming in 2020. That should be a major boost for Linux gaming. Big time. Hello, JP. Oh, DT's on Arco Linux? Okay. Well, isn't that a rolling distro too? I don't know. DT, you still with us? There are Intel prototype graphics chips out there in the wild. I see. Okay, alright. Daylighter says nothing about the IME backdoor system 9. Okay. I get the hint, Gnostic, you don't like Intel. Understandable. Now, speaking of graphics cards, I'm thinking about getting just the simple graphics cards from my Dell. Something that does not require me to buy a new power supply unit. So that's what I've been looking at, like a GeForce 1050, I believe, does not require an extra or something for me to change the power supply, just to keep it simple. So I may do that. Sleepy, you are loving Arco. Very good. Hey man, I love a Linux distro named after oil. Arco oil. That distro has to be slick. Excuse me. B-Buddy, welcome. What's up, man? The G1030, no extra power. Yeah, I believe up to the 1050s. I don't think you need extra power, so I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the 1060s and up you need the extra power supply to plug in the power port. It also said that Intel graphics was needed for use with GUI options. Okay. Yeah, the 1060 is an awesome card. You need a hefty power supply, about 600 watts P-body. That's my guess. It would be nice to have that. I wouldn't need... Yeah, 6-pin power, yeah. I don't think I would need... it'd be nice to have that. Yeah, as far as I know, up to the 1050s, I don't think you need the extra power, Frostbite. I believe up to the 1050s, you just snap it in the PCI Express slot and you should be good to go. Alright, 600 watt, yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess the what are they, Corsair? Is that what they're called? Yeah, do the job, so yeah. 1060, you do need the power plug, Molex, whatever it's called. Okay. So it is up to a 1050, Steve. You don't need it. And I may just go with that. I think that'll be sufficient for 1080p video editing. I mean, I can do it now with no graphics card. It just takes too long. Shiram SR, hello. Why is it so tough to create a root login in Pop! OS? In case of Ubuntu, we might use LightDM, but there's a way to create a root login. Shiraram, I don't use Pop! OS, so I don't have an answer for you. If anybody out there uses Pop! OS and have a solution or a suggestion, please ask. I'm sorry I don't have a solution. I don't know why that would be a problem, but I don't use Pop! OS. Yeah, I would say that the GT 1030, anything that can do video editing 1080p and speed it up, like I said, I can do it now. It just takes too long. So, yeah, I think I'll be okay. Anselm runs a 1070 Ti, you lucky dog. 500 watt power supply, is that enough? Okay. Yeah, this machine I bought refurbished came with a 1 gig card, which is kind of pointless. It doesn't do anything, you know. So I just took it out. Okay. Very good. Very good, Anson. Very good. Again, if you missed any of this, Chad, you can just replay this once YouTube finishes transcoding. We've been talking about Clear Linux and some other things, so... Again, if anybody new out there would like to say hello, have a question, please do. That's what we are here for. Interesting, you know, it's unusual to see an advanced Linux backdoor called Hidden Wasp. Gives attackers full control of infected machines. Okay. Let's play some more blues. Local tech shop is still selling GTX 560s. Interesting. Yeah, we don't have any computer stores here. Yeah, we used to have Circuit City, Radio Shack, and they are history. So I'd have to order a graphics card. So. We have an Office Max, but I don't think they carry anything like that. So you have a cooler graphics card that doesn't heat up? Well, that's good. It's 9 p.m., so I'll stick on another 5 minutes or so. I want to thank Analog for the super chat that bought us another 5 minutes of talk time on the super bribes. I mean super chats. We are now into the super bribe portion of the show. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's what the super chats are, as a bribe to stay on longer, I suppose. But anyway, thank you. So I'll stay on another 5 minutes or so. Thank you, Analog, again for the super chat. More than enough. Put the numbers in the website with all the power machine peripherals. The 1070 Ti Max with overclocking, 438 watts. Okay. I know, Sleep. That's what this is. This little money thing here. It's a super chat, and that's. Yeah. It's super bright, but that's okay. It's going to supporting the channel and our community, so it's all good. It's one of the few times a bribe will be good, right? Yeah. Shiraram asks, will Linux be a success? It's too early to tell, Shiram, but I believe it has the potential to be awesome. Give it 6 months to a year, we'll see. But it's a different project. It's powered by Intel. They have the resources to make it work, and like I said, Clear Linux flies. It zips. General Motors fungus rapidly kills 99% of... Wait a minute. It says GM. So General Motors has a fungus that kills 99% of malaria? Ba-da-bum-bum. Donald Trump is visiting the UK. Is Donald Trump still in the house? Or did we lose him? Oh well. Anyway. Oh, genetically modified. Got it. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I saw GM. I thought it was General Motors, you know, selling fungus. 2 distros went away of Shark Linux. Syntheticos Scientific. Yeah. What are you gonna... Well, look, we have over 600 choices, so we'll be fine. Thank you, Steven. Always a pleasure. Just the weather forecast for Pittsburgh. Whoa, it's gonna be chilly tomorrow night. 50s? Wow. For June? Dang. Am I ever gonna go swimming? Okay, alright, yeah. Yeah, General Motors is diversifying. Yes, they can't build cars, but they can build fungus that'll kill malaria. Thank you for trying the new Chevrolet fungus. Oh, I like this song. Make sure you check out Stephanie Forian's songs. She is an independent creator like myself. Check her out. If you like her songs, buy a few CDs or two and tell her I sent you. What's up? What's up, Steve? No way. What's up? I get that a lot. Not today. Haha. What's up, Stevie? You're coming into the tail end of the show, but that's okay. I'll stay on a little bit longer. I had a couple of super bribes. I mean super chats to stay a little longer. I'll stay on a little longer. Oh, Ansem, you got an Acer Chromebook. How do you like it? That is a Linux standard. Yep, Stephanie is sweet. Sweet voice, sweet gal, sweet all the way around. Fantastic human being. Truly a fantastic lady. Check out her stuff, yeah. Super bribes. Well, that's what this is. You know, if you're going to be honest about it, super chat is super bribe, but that's okay. Bribe the you need to be respectful and bribe the Godfather. Show respect to the Ubuntu family, okay? You love it? Okay. I thought about getting one, but yeah, it was either that or getting a new computer or a new used computer for the channel, so I had to bypass the Chromebook. But they're awesome. They're great. Windows users, are you listening? That could possibly replace Windows. Respect the family. Yes, Vince, you can send me a whole crate of cannolis from Australia. I'll send you the address later. Yes, I will take a case of cannolis. No problem. Respect the family. I'm tired of cleaning the Cadillac trunk. You know, I cleaned the trunk with bleach and now it smells like Clorox. It's ridiculous. Ah, Stevie saw an old caddy on sale. Wow. My dad used to drive a old Cadillac convertible. I think it was red. I mean, it was slick. He no longer has it. Can't drive Cadillacs in Italy at, you know, $8 a gallon for gas. It wouldn't make sense, yeah. Yes. Yep, the Chromebook would be good for content creators. It's powerful enough. Although lately I was looking at Chromebook $200 machines, and I think that would be fast enough. And so to do live streaming. Not much else, but I believe they would work. But yeah, Pixelbook, one of the best Linux machines on the planet. Period. Sign said, don't ask about the trunk. Yes, the trunk is in use. Sorry. Lots of lime, yes. Alright, let's give this the 5-minute warning. Unless we get some bribes, and we'll wrap it up. I use lime in my drinks. The pledge. There we go. Well, let's call it a super pledge instead of a super chat, right? I pledge to support the family. Because I want no more car accidents. You see what I'm saying? Halo Reach on PC. Everything you need to know. Nice. Fantastic game by Microsoft. Alright, let's finish up with some blues. It looks like that'll be it for tonight. I've got the blues, baby. So again, check your emails. Looks like we're good for tomorrow evening. We'll have a little private chat for us Linux adults. Haha. And thank you for supporting Total OS today. Oh, there goes my tequila. Trump announces tariffs on Mexican goods. Excellent tune. Yeah, Hurt So Good Blues. I love it. I wonder if Stephanie could play this. She probably could. It is a very good tune. Muddy Waters, sure. Spin Albion, well, it'll be a private chat, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the supporters of the channel as a thank you. The last 3 months I really haven't done anything, sort of, for the people who step out of their way to keep this channel alive, and I felt kind of bad, so I'm going to try and do a private chat at least once a week. So, for those of you who support the channel through PayPal and Patreon, please check your email. It's just my way of saying thank you. But that's what I'll be doing tomorrow night, so. Yeah, time for 4K Gaming Super Tux card, yeah. I don't think my computers can do that, Steven, but sounds great. Yeah, I wonder if she can play this tune on her guitar, Steve, yeah. She has different guitars, so she's got a Martin guitar, I think. I don't know. I don't know too much about that, but... yeah, Super Tux Card is a great game. I'll have to reinstall it on this, and maybe we can have a gaming night. And I can whack all you guys with the whack all you guys with the fly swatter. That still cracks me up. Good evening, Jan. I got the Linux desktop blues, baby. I walk into Walmart and all I see is Windows. I've got the Linux desktop blues. How are you, Jan? I'm just about to wrap this up, but thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I bet he does. Speaking of tequila, I think it's time for a little bit of wine before I go to bed. I love tequila sunrises, Steve. They're terrific. I like that and White Russians, the drinks. Okay. Will Super Tux Kart work with old game controllers? I don't have a clue, Spin. Good question. Getting whacked by Toss, what a privilege. Yeah, it's like knighthood. I knight D. Whack. Oh, man. Alright, well, I think that'll be it for this evening. Again, check the links below if you'd like to support the channel and be part of our private chat community. Support the channel. Who knows? Maybe you'll get an email to join us for a private chat. Starting tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Just like The Sopranos, yes. Oh, please. No, we definitely don't need DT rapping. Yeah, I love DT, but we'll leave. How about if we leave? Here's the deal. We can all watch DT, but we can leave the song singing to Stephanie. How does that sound, guys? Do I get a thumbs up for that? Stephanie can do all the singing. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm watching Weather Channel, Sleepy, and the guy speaking Australian. No way, mate. What are they talking about tonight? World's wildest weather. Ah. It's filling up with water. Yes. Anyway. Steve is going to be a half hour late. Oh, no. Okay. That'll work. We'll probably get through most of the discussion on that, but that's okay. All right, so before I say goodbye, is there anything that we missed tonight? Anybody else new out there wants to say hello before we say adios? Again, Analog, thank you for the super chats. Tell your wife again, thank you. Really? Spin? Tough choice, DT or Stephanie? Yes, DT's hair is much more fluid and lovely. Oh, wait, he doesn't have any hair. Never mind. But a bump. Anyway. All right. Thank you, everyone, again. And I guess I'll catch some of you tomorrow night. Have a great morning, afternoon, and night. Be safe. And I will catch you later. Arrivederci.